Hello everybody and welcome back to Power Ninja Productions. My name is Proteus and this is episode 9, I believe, on the Journey SMP. And I got a little bit carried away before I started here. In fact, I forgot to start recording at all, which is why you see a thing over there that's new. What I am working on today is actually the Piglin bartering setup to go with that gold farm that I built last episode. And the gold farm is doing pretty well. I believe I've had to make some changes to the sorting system in between episodes. We had a huge overflow of items, so I ended up adding a single shulker sorter per shulker, and then I have these buffer chests. Otherwise, yeah, it just wouldn't work, unfortunately, because the comparator would feed the hopper here and stop it, so the chests or the shulkers would get stuck. So instead, we have this absolute mess of routing items. But it's doing pretty well. 9 shulkers full of gold ingots, and a few here full of nuggets to be crafted into ingots later. Nice little ladder. Yeah. So since we've gotten a decent amount of ingots so far, I figured why not build a bartering farm. So, well, I was looking to build one anyways. I need insane amounts of a lot of stuff that piglins can give you. Blackstone is fun for building. Quartz is good. I think they give soul sand and soul soil. They do obsidian. They do crying obsidian. You know, all sorts of nether items. So it's a great source of those. I am not going to be building this on camera for 2 reasons. One, I'm following a tutorial and would have to cut every time I needed to play the video. So that would be bad content. And 2, I am probably going to take breaks while I'm doing it, so it would be a lot of cuts even if I did know what I was doing. So far what we've got here is a hopper clock that sets off this observer, which sets off everything else. I do know the very next step is to take a sticky piston and put it there, but not like that. So let's do one of these, do like that. There we go. And then we're supposed to take a block coming out of that block, put a repeater on it, put it to full delay, and then a piston goes on it somewhere. This one gets a slime block on the end. Yeah, and I'll figure out where that piston goes in between cuts. Yeah, I just wanted to, you know, actually say, hi, I'm working on this before I have it done and go, hey, the episode today was going to be about building a Piglin trading center, and as you can see behind me, it's done. This is my hopeful spawn platform for piglins. Eventually, I'll probably build it larger, but of course I want to get the farm done first, or the station done first. It is a Logical Geek Boy design, like many of the things I've built so far. I am modifying it a little bit to have fewer chests because I'm going to be adding in some shulker sorters or shulker fillers into some of the chest slices, the ones that are mostly the ones that have a lot. I'm going to be adding in shulker sorters just so we have more storage. Will we need them? I don't know, but unlimited shulker boxes might as well find a use for them. Yeah, so I'm going to get back to work on that, and I'll be back when I have some significant progress. Well, it basically took most of the afternoon. It is many hours later, but it's done. We got all of the The sorting system is done. The trading section is done. I added my own little flair to it like I have for most of these things. The decoration is just barely started, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah, like I said, this is a Logical Geek Boy design. I did change a couple of things because I was adding shulker loaders for all of these items. I ended up moving the chests forward one. So I put a little gap here between the non-stackable storage and the stackable storage. It does give it a little bit of depth, which is nice, but look at all of this that we already have. Water bottles, fire resist potes. Too bad we can't split those up. It doesn't look like we got any armor or books quite yet. That's okay. I don't think I've gotten a full shulker of anything quite yet. But I did preload. Selestiele was very, 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 very helpful. It took us most of the day to get these little guys in their little hole. They don't like me very much because I'm not wearing any gold. But yeah, they are they're happily trading away though, so that's great. Everything's working great. Yeah, so this is the beginning of my design for the look. I am probably going to texturize it a little bit with some of the black stone here. I am also going to put a roof probably right above these lamps, maybe one level above. Probably not though, just because this. I might just do another row of stairs across the top and then the actual roof. So I want to hide the redstone blocks. So the way this works is you take the empty shulkers for the sorting system and you stick them in here. Handy little crafting bench here so you can craft them on site. This is where gold ingots go in. If you have a whole shulker of them to put in, sometimes that loader is a little bit slow, so you can just drop them right in this chest here. As you can see, I preloaded it with, well, an entire shulker full, actually. Actually, one shulker plus another 18 stacks that I had from making all these gold blocks, because I used one stack to make one stack of gold blocks. I do like the contrast here of the glowstone and the gold. I would like to add some obsidian, crying obsidian, and quartz, other than these stairs that are already here. Maybe nether brick, but probably not. Just a little bit of extra, you know, pizzazz, I guess. But for now, I'm going to try and put the rest of the floor in, I think. So, go ahead and make a couple stacks of these. No. Slabs, because that way I don't have to worry as much about light levels. And the convenient thing is that the trading farm is right next to the gold farm. So it's pretty simple just to walk on over here and give the piglins some of their favorite thing after killing their zombified brethren for them. Well, not killing. AFKing to watch them die. And that's it. Got nothing else. I will have to check in. Yeah. I'll probably just let this go for a while. It will take a while. There should be 24 of them in there. Looks like there are, because I'm not seeing any gold flying along, which is good. Yeah, if there weren't 24, it wouldn't pick up, or they wouldn't pick up the gold, and then when the timer went off, you would see some gold disappearing in there. You don't see it, which is good, which means there's 24 in here, and they're throwing me all sorts of fun stuff. I don't know if I can totally ruin the entire thing. Excellent, good job, me. Look at that. That's why we need 4 different sorters for Blackstone, because it's absolutely insane how much it sends. Oh, it's just so satisfying. Now, if this was not in the Nether, we could be using water streams for this, but we can't. But that's okay, because it just looks cool. And splash potions are tossed with the dispenser. We don't keep those, we don't need those, so we just toss them. And all other unstackables go into these chests. Still no books or anything. Lots of potions. Oh, and water bottles. Woo, water bottles. Oh yeah, so for now I'm going to call that done. Once we have a decent amount of materials actually collected from it, then I'll see about finishing the decorations. But for now, it's time for the next farm, I think. I need to do several more farms before I am ready to begin the storage project. And the first up will be a tree farm. So I'm going to head back to my base, empty out all of these shulkers of stuff that I'm currently not using, stick them in random chests somewhere so I'll never find them again, and go look up a tree farm. I'm not quite sure which one I would like to use, so I gotta decide. I'd like to try and find a 2x2 spruce farm, because spruce is the best wood, but we'll see. Nap quick first though. Alright, I'll be back. So I actually haven't looked up the tree farm yet, because I got a little bit distracted, as you may be able to tell. I decided to try my hand at a little bit of ancient debris mining, and well, that didn't go so well, but yeah, I only got 8 scrap, which gives me 2 ingots. Oh boy. So what am I gonna upgrade first? Well, my pick, probably. Pick and my axe, because those are the 2 I use the most. Gonna have to repair that axe too. But first, I have to get the right pick out, which is also nearly broken. But that's okay. And there we have it. I have never owned anything made of netherite in vanilla. And now I do. I'm going to look into other semi-automated ways to do it. This is just a TNT duper that basically just, excuse me, exploded a huge area around it, and it was kind of not as efficient as I would have hoped, so I'm going to look for like a tunnel bore or something. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring you back and do that on camera. But now, for real, I'm actually going to go and look up a tree farm. I'll be back again. Alright, back here. I flattened out this island a bit because this is going to be where we put the the tree farm that I've selected. It is a Raiseworks design. He has two, two that are viable, but one of them takes a whole lot of materials that I don't feel like getting, like I think it's like half a stack of ancient debris or something. Kind of ridiculous, and if you face it in the wrong direction or if it gets unloaded accidentally, it'll stop working. So I don't want to deal with that. Let me see. Ancient debris. That's right, it's 3 pages. 19. So, okay, not that much. But still, I have 0. And I want to use all of it for netherite anyways instead of a farm. And that was for a wart farm. I'd much rather do just a simple wart farm anyways. So, yeah, this one is a azalea actually, based off of moss. Yep, see, got some moss in here. And it'll produce oak wood in relatively infinite amounts, as well as give itself some bone meal. But then I also have a bone meal farm, and that one's by Mysticat. I couldn't find really a tutorial for Raiseworks, so I didn't use it. And Mysticat's is based off of the Ilmango design. It's just a little bit scaled down for normal non-Psycraft players because it's a little insane, and it produces something like 10,000 bone meal an hour, which I don't need that much. I need like 1,000. So his does, or maybe 2,000. His does 800. Mysticat's does 800 per module, and I'm building 2 modules. But I'm going to build the tree farm first, so I know where to put the bone meal farm. It is a decently long tutorial, but it's just these 2 shulkers full of stuff. It's mostly placing a lot of blocks. So it is going to be, I'm going to put it probably up 5 or 6 blocks from here. So I'm going to put it up 10 blocks from here, so I have space to put like a sorting system down at the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to keep anything other than the wood, but I may keep some of the azalea. I think moss carpets will come out of it as well. Moss blocks I don't think will, but that's fine. If I really want moss blocks, I'm going to set up the bone meal farm, which is a moss farm, to save like a barrel full of moss. So I have it on hand because it looks pretty. With Optifine and the trees like that, it doesn't look as nice or different, or in the grass like that, it doesn't look as different. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and build the tree farm. It does use TNT duping. There is a TNT dupe free version, but TNT duping is fine here, so we're gonna do it. That way I don't have to supply it with TNT. Even though I have the gunpowder, I do not have the sand. And I want it to be running constantly. I don't want it to run out of like TNT or anything like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna get started. I'll be back once I've got probably once I've got the whole farm done, and then I'll explain where we're going with the bone meal side of it. Isn't that beautiful? So everything's ready. The farm is done. We just need a ton of bone meal. So that's next. Put some bone meal in there. Before I do that though, there are some spawnable spots up here at the top. And apparently I can't fly on camera. Good to know. There we go. At least I caught myself on here. What I would like to do is make sure that nothing can spawn where it's not wanted. Which means no light levels of 7 or below. But I have to be careful about where I put them. Yeah, that'll work. And then the same thing, I don't know. I'll try it here, but I think it might actually break it with the TNT. Let's find out. If it does, I will put slabs or something on top of them. Turn that off and pull the lever. Yeah, it knocks off the torches. Okay. Oops. Note to self, stay out of that hole. Yeah, so I just need a bunch of slabs. Not too difficult. Oops. Elytra didn't fire. There we go. Should, not enough. That'll be enough. The last thing I want is for mobs to spawn on top of this and break everything. That would be bad. Very bad. So instead, I will simply put slabs on everything. There we go. Just in time for nighttime. And that was way more slabs than I needed. I'll use them. Alright, so now that that is done, take my 2 bone meal project, and looks like I had some extra stuff. But that's alright. Those 2 should be empty now. 25, 24, 23, 22. Oh yeah, I kept getting attacked by phantoms, so now I have phantom heads everywhere. One of these has, yeah. So I got 4 phantom heads. It's nice. I did go ahead and put Smite 5 on my axe. I have a villager that's been discounted to like 30 emeralds for a Smite 5 book, so I figured, why not? So, the way this works, I put away my scaffolding. Of course I did. There we go. I'm going to have to reroute some of these redstone lines. So that lever right there needs to be flicked on and off if the farm is going and does not need to be going. It's basically a reset. So I can give that a button, basically, and route it down to the storeroom. That lever turns on the clock that feeds the dispensers. And then that one turns on the actual farm itself. So I need to bring all those redstone lines down to what's going to be the storage area. That chest right there is the output. That chest up there is the bone meal input. And if I wanted, I could recycle the whole thing, but I don't want. I'm going to recycle some of it though. I don't want like seeds or anything like that. So yeah, next step is to build the bone meal farm. I'm going to build it on this side so that it can feed right into that chest. It's going to be 2. I'm going to feed 2 Harper lines, one going into each side of the double chest. That way I get maximum bone meal transfer speed. And yeah, as I mentioned before, this is a design by Mistcat. I will put the link in the video description. He says at the beginning of his video that it is an Ilmango design that he adapted. So I will also put the Ilmango design because I found that one first, but it was overwhelming. So I found that one as well. I'll put those both in the video description. In the meantime, I'm gonna get to building. Okay, well, you may notice that nothing has really happened. I put up some scaffolding and a beacon. Well, here's the problem. I went to go build the farm and I tested it, and if it's running and the chunks are unloaded in single player or on a server, it breaks. So I built the Ilmango version thinking, oh yeah, it couldn't possibly break. Nope, Ilmango version breaks too. So yeah. But what I've done instead is I have taken Ray's design, Ray's Works, which was a little bit, well, actually quite a bit smaller and slower. However, it used a different mechanic that didn't cause the same issue. It was an issue with the stone generator causing cobblestone and breaking the farm because cobblestone cannot be converted to moss. Yeah, so it turned into that. I am probably going to build a 1 module. So it's 5 modules, right? Or 4. I've got 4 modules that I'm going to build, and it's tall. It's a little tower-like thing, and it's a combination of Ray's design and of Ilmango's design. And a couple of other things that I just added myself, item transport and all that. So it's 8 modules on 2 different levels, and hopefully that'll be enough bone meal. But I'm gonna get started building that. I just wanted to pop back in and talk about that before I actually went ahead and built it, because it's totally different from what I said at the end of the last clip. Also, it's like 4 days later, and way after I wanted to put this episode out. So I'm gonna get to building. Alright, and we've got quite a bit of work done. This one it's basically done. It's 8 modules, producing a decent amount of, well, I thought it was a decent amount of bone meal. I'm gonna have to manually prime those, I think. Oh, that's all I got on me? Huh. I guess so. I'll deal with that later then. I don't feel like going to deal with it now. Let's just put all this away for now. Okay. So yeah, that one's been going for a bit. The bottom ones are producing. Actually, let's see. Let's go poke into the... Oh, that's definitely had a net gain. I only put a stack in here. Nice. Alright. How about this one? Totally empty. What gives? Well, that looks weird. Something wrong with the water there? I'm gonna have to look on my spectator account at some point. For now, I'm just gonna shut it off. Seem to be having some issues. I mean, it's one module is producing great. The other 3 have no bone meal in them, so I'm gonna have to figure out why. But it's proof that it works, at least. Take that down. Don't need this anymore. And this one, you saw me pick up all this. That is from running this for like 5 minutes. It's a little insane. So, yeah, that's something I'm going to have to build the storage for as well. But I will do that off screen, off camera. There are, I'm going to put a little storage and control room like right under here. It'll be able to control that farm there, all 3 levers from this farm here, and then I'm going to hook all 8 modules up to this one line here so that it can, I just flip a lever and all 8 modules turn on and off at the same time, because that's useful to me. Eventually I'll encase this whole thing so it actually has, you know, doesn't look like a giant farm on an island, which is exactly what it is. But there are 2 more farms that I would like to get to building today. So let me pack all my stuff up. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Ender chest is full. Forgot my bed. And I'll be back in a bit. Now, swoop. This cactus farm is getting a little bit too big. Just getting too big. So I'm going to use it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down, build a bamboo farm, basically right under the cactus farm, and then down there as well I will be building a XP bank for furnace XP bank, so that I will use all of this cactus and I will have basically unlimited XP. So anytime I want, I might actually put the furnaces up here. We'll see. I'm probably gonna put them down there, but that way anytime I want to get some experience, all I have to do is pop down and grab it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get those done real quick. Yeah, they're pretty quick farms for the most part. It's gonna take more time to clear the area than it will to actually build the farms themselves. Oh, hey, there's the rest of my bone meal I thought I had. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and build all that now. And I'll be back once I've gotten it done. Alrighty. So I've built it. It's loud. This over here is the furnace array. Cactus goes in the top, bamboo goes in the bottom. When it is burning, if you want to flick the lever to save that item, it will save the experience. It's not very good. I think because my bamboo farm is so slow, so I am going to have to expand that. But that will not happen today because I simply don't have the resources. Well, I have the time. I don't have the resources at all. Oops. I missed. Let me just fix this real quick. Obviously I have not decorated. If I called this decoration, that would be wrong. I started a little bit. You can see this wall has a little bit of stone brick. I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to keep the floors at stone brick. I might do something a little bit more fancy for the walls. Got prismarine. Maybe I'll just use that. Where did I put... I'm so disorganized. Oh, opened it first. Alright, so that is going to be that. I'll come back here and expand this. I think I'm going to have to go down to expand it because I can't go up. I have to go down and over. So I'll probably put another like 3 or 4 modules down lower. But I need a ton of observers. I need 30 observers, 30 pistons, and 30 redstone dust per module. And I also need a bunch of rails and hoppers. These are hoppers here. I just covered them up so that they don't get anything in them. But I do think, having looked at the time in between clips, I think that that is going to do it for this. I'm already a week off on my self-imposed schedule. I skipped last week because I was struggling to get all these farms done. Mostly that moss farm, which I still need to finish rather, all the collection and stuff for it. But for now, that is going to be all for this episode. So I hope Everybody enjoy, and I will see you later.